My name is Malon from South Africa, Cape Town. As I promise you guys, every week we will going to have a seance of talk about financial statement overview. Financial statement is something it was not taught to ordinary people. It was only for the entrepreneur from the modern days. So in nowadays, everyone can know about financial statement. Financial statement. If we talk about financial statement, we talk about only two things. We talk about liability and assets. Because if we talk about financial statement, which means we must talk about liability and we must talk about asset. What is asset? What is liability? You have to know the difference between asset and liability. Asset is something is like a wealth that is an asset, but the liability is something that costs expense. Is like a liability, like a cars is a liability. It's liability, like a clothes is liability. So in business management, there's a lot of things they are talking about. So today I'm just talking to you guys about a financial statement. Financial statement is something very important because if you are running a business without knowing the secret of financial statement, you won't have success. Even the investor, when you wrote a business plan, and then you write a business plan, and that business plan you want to convince the investor. The most important thing the investor they will want to know is about the financial statement, cash flow, the revenue, because no one cannot invest in your business after that he lose. Because it's like you come Marlon, I'm having a business plan, I'm having a business ideas. That business idea, I want to do this, 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 I want to do this. I'll ask you the benefit of that business. Is that business you are doing, what's the benefits? Are you going to profit? What is your financial your expense and liability? Because in business we talk about liability and expense. But in liability can't build the business because the liability is something cost you. You see, when you are doing a business, you always spend, you always spend, you always spend, you always spend. That is the liability. Liability is something cost. Something cost. It's like I can give example. You are running a coffee shop. That coffee shop, that coffee shop you are running. Every time you have to do maintenance. Every time you have to do a maintenance. Every time you have to buy the ink. Every time you have to buy the papers. Every time every time you have to buy you have to buy the ink, the papers. You have to buy the the fees for the maintenance. That is a expense. So expense is based on liability. But when we talk about assets, asset is a wealth. Something you invest. You see, like I can give you another example. You see, like most of rapper in America, like most of rapper in America now, we can say they are investing in a asset. You can see someone is having Lamborghini, maybe even 30 Lamborghini is only for some one person. That is madness. That is a madness. You can't just invest in liability because that Lamborghini can commit an accident. I know there's the assurance, but the other assurance is not 100%. The things we must invest is but they must invest in the asset because asset you can say property. Property is asset. If you invest in a real estate, it's an asset because if you invest in real estate, you want to lose. You want to lose because nobody wants to stay outside. Nobody want to sleep outside. Everyone want to rent the house. That you want to lose because that is the asset. Every month you must have to get. If maybe you have a flat, that flat there's a 4 rooms. That 4 rooms will say everyone gonna take that 4 rooms 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Automatically per month. How much you might get? 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 12,000. 12,000. That is the asset. Asset is something is productive. Something can product something, that is the asset. But something cannot product something else. That is a liability, because liability can't produce anything. Because if you put a printer, I know the printer gonna print the papers, gonna do what, that is an asset. But the printer can be broken at all the time. The car is not a asset. The car is just a liability, because you can have a car today, but tomorrow the car will commit an accident, you don't have accidents, and then you lose. So we should invest in assets. As even the company, when they want to employ, the HR manager will ask you, what is your asset in the company going to bring? To say, no, I'm an asset in the company. I have the skills. The skills I have a skills. I have a skills of computer literacy. I have a good communication skills. I have a time management. I have a time management. I have a public relation skills. So those are their skills. They are asset in the company, because if you go to the HR, they want to employ. Oh, we are posting a job position. That job position, we are looking for the candidate. The candidate they are looking, you must have the skills. Those skills, you must have these skills. You must have the time management. You must have communication skills. You must have a leadership skills. Those skills, they are asset in the company, because they're out of your position. There's a certain skills also, they can be assets in the company. So the most important, now we are in 21st century. 21st century, we have lucky, because everyone can know about financial statement. Because financial statement, it was only for the people who they are rich in the 20th century. It was only for the people they are rich, because if we see the 13th family, if the 13th family, they are controlling the world, the Rockefeller, the Dupont, the Russell, the Kennedy family. So those family, they are the one that are controlling the world, because those family, they are the one that control. Why they are controlling the world? Because they are the one in the trades. Their revenue is very high than others. It's very high than others. They are owning the World Bank. You see, those families. So the financial statement, it was only for them. So now in our day, everyone, even at school in the 21st century, if you go at school, you learn accounting. It was difficult for you, even you learn accounting, to know more about the financial statement. Financial statement, it was only for the entrepreneur. Those people, they are the business owner. The business owner. So now in our day, we can know about financial statements. That's why I'm telling you, it's not necessary to invest in liability. We should invest in asset. Asset is the one can make you to be wealth. They can call you wealthier. There's someone, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is the most powerful investor in the world. If you read on Wikipedia, you're gonna see Warren Buffett. He doesn't have assets. It doesn't have any asset. But why it make it Warren Buffett to be successful? It's an investment. But Warren Buffett, he don't have. And if we talk about assets, it's like a Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office is assets, because it's making production. It's making productivity, and it employs a lot of people. That is an asset. Apple is asset, but Warren Buffett doesn't. Coca-Cola is asset, because Coca-Cola is everywhere around the world. How many employees they are working for Coca-Cola? How many people they are working for Coca-Cola? A lot of people they are working for Coca-Cola around the world. So, which means Coca-Cola is asset. So Warren Buffett is having $80 billion without any assets. How we make that asset? In investment. He understood the power of investment. So according to his theories, Warren Buffett theories, he said he invests when the market is low. When the market is low, is when he can buy. When the market is high, he can't buy the stuff. With I mean, what does mean? If they say he bought only the things when the market is low. When the market is low is when he bought the things. But when the market is high, he can't buy the things. Which means he bought all the things when they are in sold. He can't buy something they are not in sold. It's like a Toyota. Toyota, they bring a new model for Toyota. That to bring a new model for Toyota is 1 million per Toyota. So you have to have 1 million to buy that Toyota. So that Toyota, because It's the first time they launch it on this, they launch it, so people they must know about it. So Warren Buffett, they're gonna solve it. They're gonna put it in a low price, so the people they can know about the new Toyota. Maybe the Toyota is the value of that Toyota is 1 million, because it's a new in the market. They put it maybe five, but put it maybe 600, 600,000 rents. When they put that 600,000, and then automatically they are in promotion. When they are in promotion, automatically the Warren Buffett will buy a lot. He's gonna invest, gonna buy a lot, gonna buy a lot, he's gonna buy a lot, and then they put it them on the stock. When the promotion will finish, and then the value of the Toyota will become normal, 1 million, and then Warren Buffett is starting to sell that Toyota for him. He, can you imagine? He bought the Toyota in 600,000, and then when the promotion of the Toyota is finished, to the Toyota they want to sell it in 1 million, because the promotion that is finished, now they must sell it in 1 million, and then when they must sell it in 1 million, automatically it starts also to sell it, and then he started to sell 1 million, 1 million. In 1 million, he just bought something for 600,000, and they still sell it $1 million. $1 million. How much money? How much money you gonna get? Lot of money. That is the things that make Warren Buffett to be powerful. So, guys, there's only things which we should be based is assets and investment. We should not be based in liability. Liability is gonna make you paralyzed. Reliability will make you in comfort zone. Comfort zone kills, bruh. Comfort zone kills. So the only things you must invest in assets. Asset is the power of your wealth. If you want to be rich in life, you have to invest in assets. Asset is powerful things in life. If you have a 10,000, there is one guy here in South Africa. They were two. They were working. They said, no, guys, they have a business plan. Business plan. That business plan, it was doing kitchen. It's in East London. So doing the kitchen, the chicken, and selling chicken. So they say, no, okay, guys, that business plan is where everything we don't have investor, and the investor now, to get investor in South Africa now, it become difficult, because most of the people they are doing the business management. Most of the people they are doing business management. So the investor they are not capable to invest in everyone. So they are choosing the people they are having a solid business plan. But there's other people also they have a solid business plan. They don't get lucky to get investor. So those guys they say, okay, as we are working, we must save our money. So at least we must get 20,000 rand. From 20,000 rand, and then we start our business, and then from there, when the business is growing, and then the investor themselves will come. Okay, they agree. So they save money. It become 20,000. They say, no, we can't just only start with business with 20,000. So we must save, so it can. Happy Sunday to everyone. My name is Marlon Chimanga from South Africa, Cape Town, founder of TechStep and New Dawn Business Network. Today, we are not going to talk about another topic, because the topic of today is supposed to be unsuccessful manager and successful manager. As I spoke last week about a financial statement overview, so most of the people they still asking me the question, Marlon, explain us about the financial statement very well, because other people they didn't catch me very well. So I just realized today I want now introduce a new topics. Our topics for today is supposed to be unsuccessful manager and successful manager. This topic is going to be for next Sunday. So I'm going to continue about the financial statement overview. So because most of the people they don't understand about financial statement. So last week when I talk about financial statement, I did mention two things. Two things. It was the first one. It was the liability, and the second one it was the assets. Because in the company there is also liability. If you go ask people that they are running a successful business now, they're gonna let you know, they're gonna explain you about liability, the difference between liability and assets. So for you to go and ask them, so Marlon is here, is going to clarify you the difference between liability and asset. As I spoke last week, liability. What is liability? You see, you have to ask you, why Marlon is talking about liability? Is Marlon is become a man or what? No, I'm not mad. I just want to let you know, to teach you something. Because if you don't know something, you want to be rich. To be rich, if you don't understand financial statement, you'll never be rich. I'm telling you. You're gonna just be in the comfort zone. Comfort zone. If I mean comfort zone, you drive a car, you marry, you make kids, you have a house. Only that, no. We've been created for more by God. Because even the Bible, they say we have been created by the image of God, which means we are the small gods. The divinity of God is within us. So, if you think about something, automatically you end up to become the person who you want to become. Today, I'm just going to continue about liability and asset. So, I just want my people to understand very well what the difference between liability and asset. Liability is what costs you. Even in the business, you must know your liability. You must know your liability, and you must also know your assets. But in business, don't be focused on liability, because if you focus on liability, automatically you're gonna collapse. You're gonna collapse because you want to grow. You want to grow. You want to grow. There's no grow in business where the 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 cost of liability is high than the cost of assets. The successful business is where the cost of asset is high than the cost of liability. What does it mean? I give you a simple example. A simple example. That simple example is for Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a successful business. I cannot say he's a successful businessman, but he's a successful investor. He's a successful investor because Warren Buffett never have assets. He never have assets, but he creates assets. He creates assets. He never have a proper asset. It is like a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola we know is an asset. It's an asset. If you go Apple is an asset because they are making productivity. How many people they are working for Apple? How many people they are working for Apple? Many people they are working for Apple. How many people they are working for Coca-Cola? Many people they are working for Coca-Cola around all. If you say the numbers of people who are working for Coca-Cola in Canada is very, very high. If you see the number of people they are working for Coca-Cola in United States, it's very, very high. Coca-Cola is asset. Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office is an asset. Why is that? Because they are doing productivity. They are doing not only productivity, but they are feeding people. They are feeding. How many people they are working for Microsoft for Microsoft Office? How many people they are working for Microsoft? There are many. So that is asset. But the liability is what costs you. I can give example. For example. The hip hop America singer what they are doing. They don't invest in assets. Few of them they invest in assets like Akon, Chameleone. They invest in assets. If you see Chameleone is having a big company for technology. They understood. No, most of the people they are just busy. Jewelry, expensive diamond jewelry, expensive cars, motorsport cars. Those motorsport cars, they are very expensive. Can you imagine? In 2012, Lil Wayne was having G20, G53. G53 is too much money. You know how much cost G53? $64 million. $64 million for G53. That is the asset. What did G53 want to just to be a prostitute, going around, than to invest in assets? Most of the people they invest in liability. They just invest in liability. After that, they end up to become poor. You end up to become poor. If you invest in liability, you end up to become poor because liability it costs you when you buy it. There's a. I want to give you an example for someone in Cape who want to run a small business. Those guys they want to start a small business, so they attract the investor, but they could not convince the investor because there are other people also they have a nice business plan, but they can't invest. They can't convince the investor. They can't convince the investor because it's like that. It's not everyone convince the investor. So those guys say no. It's not a problem. It's not a barrier. Even we don't convert the investor, but we can run our business. So what can we do? So those guys they start to save, save $40,000, 40,000 rand. Sorry, 40,000 rand. Why they get 40,000 rand? So one of the guys said, "No, my brother, me that's 4,000. I just want to take my 20,000. So my 20,000 I can buy a car. It's an opportunity for me to buy a car because now I'm struggling because to go at work I need a transport to go at work. But that 20,000 I save, it can save me also. I start to drive also because I'm not sure if that business can work." The friend convinced the guy, "No, my brother, let's do business. The business, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that." Guy said, "Ah, no, my brother, I just changed my mind. I just want to buy a car." Okay, the guy agreed. Give him 20,000. Okay, your 20,000 is here. You can take. And then that guy, the 20,000 he was having. I said, "No, it's 20,000. I cannot start a business, so I have to add even 30,000 rand again." The guy work hard. He get 30,000, become 30,000, and then he's starting a chicken business. Just cut chicken. They are giving in the different suburb in the area. It was facing the area. He started a chicken butchery. He started to sell chicken. Starting to sell chicken in location. He sell chicken in location. That chicken it started to go in the suburbs. It was only in location. It's starting to go in the suburbs. When it's starting to go in the suburbs, which means the customer they starting to be a lot. That guy for marketing, I said, okay, for me my business also to go forward. So I must say push with marketing. The guy you open a website. When you open a website, he post what he's doing. When he posts what he's doing, one guy in Europe, he also has a big company. He's having a restaurant. Sorry, he's having a restaurant, nice restaurant. So that guy said, "No, I see your kind of chicken you are doing, but those chicken you can start to I can start to buy from you from South Africa. You have every document for import and export." I say, "I have everything." The guy start to export kitchen in Europe. So if I'm telling you today, the guy is millionaire in rent. But the guy, he took the 20,000. He bought a car, but it's not my life. He's having a car. He's just driving, but he's not a millionaire. He's not a millionaire. That's the power of liability and asset. That's the power of liability and asset. Guys, we should invest in asset, not a liability. Asset is not only. If I'm talking about investing in asset, it's not only about starting a company, no. You can asset also is a book also is asset. A book is asset. See now the people they start to say, "Oh, Marlon now is going crazy. How can you say a book is asset?" No, a book is asset because the book there is information. Because if you buy a book, maybe the book they're talking about Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. When you read that book, automatically that book will change your life. You want to think the same. If you are thinking for average, but you want to think for average anymore, you're going to think for more. Because Think and Grow Rich is Napoleon is the incredible author. You invest also. You can't invest in asset. Asset can be a book. A book also is asset. Can be also a school to send your children at school. When you have our children, we spend our money to send them at school. Why we spend our money to send them at school? Because we are investing. That is an asset. We are investing in them. One day, maybe you can become a doctor. One day, maybe you can become a lawyer. When they can become a businessman, that's the asset. We should invest in assets. Liability, it costs us. Liability make us to be a poor people. That's the liability. Liability, it's draining you. Liability make you to be stagnant. We have to grow. We have to grow. We have to grow. That's the main important things. We have to grow. What is the main important things can make us to grow? Is assets. Asset is it characterized in many ways. Characterized in many ways. Look at the example of the guy from Eastern Cape I spoke now. The guys, they just save the money. They save the money. They say, okay, guys, we're gonna start a business. Let's start a business. But when they save the money, when it comes to realize their dreams, one of them changed their demand. Oh, I just want my 20,000 so I can buy a car. A car is just a liability. You cannot buy a car and that car will make accident. If you buy a car for 20,000 rand, that car you cannot even buy accidents. But the guy is a millionaire. The guy continued with the project. Now he's a millionaire. Now he's employing a lot of people around Eastern Cape. People they're getting in East London. They're getting a job. Guys, I'm telling you, asset is the most important thing in life. We should invest in assets. That's the only things I'm telling you. Next Sunday, we're going to talk about unsuccessful manager and successful manager. It will be incredible. Just like and comment and share with people next Sunday. Ciao.